A very good morning. You're watching this special show on nutrition and health in the wake of coronavirus crisis across the world that we're battling. We know that this outbreak has left most of us vulnerable. We haven't yet managed to even find a concrete treatment or a cure to this. And the only suggestion now that we can come down to is to prepare ourselves. It's not really the time to panic, but the time for change in our lifestyle. A focused diet, dedicated routine to stay fit is possibly the only way to get through this strong.
This COVID-19 crisis, let's make health and nutrition our top focus. Physical and mental fitness is the only way to wade through tough times. Celebrities across have set an example. Staying at home, not being able to hit the gym, has certainly not deterred these stars. Despite the lockdown keeping them indoors, these stars have discovered ways to do it right. Few exercises and a nutritional diet could sure make your time at home worth the while. No one really knows how long these virus safety measures need to be in place, but this surely gives us the perfect opportunity to catch up on a healthy lifestyle. So don't stock up, but buck up. India Today's panel of experts tells you how to fight this fit.
Well, we do know that this is a time that we've got to make a shift. We've got to be conscious about our health, about our fitness. It's going to be very easy for you to stay back home, sit on your couch, eat good food. You can rest all that you like, but don't rust. That's the suggestion that we have here, and that's the same suggestion that our nutritionists joining us here today as well have for you. Radhika Karle joining us, a celebrity nutritionist, as well as Pooja Mukhija, celebrity nutritionist. They've both advised celebrities like Sonam Kapoor, Deepika Padukone. This is possibly the best time that we can hear their advice on what to do, what kind of shift we can make to our lifestyle here today. Thank you very much, Radhika, Pooja, for joining us. I'll go right over to you. Pooja, do start with what you have in store for us today in terms of nutrition and fitness to be centered and stay calm during this crisis situation as we're in a lockdown.
Well, never before taking care of what you eat has been more important than it is today, right? The world has finally woken up to realizing the importance of eating with thought, because every morsel of food that we're putting into our body is information that we're giving our body. Information to stay strong, information to eat, have greater immunity, have better hair, better skin, better energy levels, and stronger fighting power versus eating the wrong food and therefore having lowered immunity, more tendency towards metabolic diseases, or even falling prey to the common cold and flu or the coronavirus. So eating has never been more important. And although we are now locked in and we tend to feel we are on a holiday and we want to please our tongue and get rid of boredom and stress through eating food that pleases our tongue, now is the time to wake up and say that's not the way to feed my body, because if I'm going to eat only to please the tongue, I'm not going to be able to give the body the strength to be strong and fight the virus off. We have been told that 80%, through statistics, 80% of people who will get the coronavirus will be asymptomatic and will not need treatment or emergency medical facilities. So those 80% are those people whose immune system is stronger and therefore is able to ward off the disease and take care of the body without needing medical support. So we have to do our bit so that we can stay strong and have better immunity so that we are not going to burden down the medical system.
Well, it's absolutely true that you've got to send the right signals to your body, but that's possibly the hardest part, because most of us have been through a routine. We've been eating at irregular times, sleeping at irregular times. Our body clock itself is quite disturbed and we feel that's the normal. So it's quite difficult for us to get back to order. Let me go over to Radhika. Radhika, a few tips on how do you really tell your body that this is the time for change? Because it would have listened to you all these years, irregular food habits, sleep habits, and now suddenly to try and make a shift. What's your suggestion?
I mean,
I think it's real in the numbers. You know, as we see, as you're reporting, the numbers are just going up, and it's getting closer and closer to home. So I think this is the time really to wake up. I have 5 superfoods that I want to share with the viewers now.
Excellent.
And things that are seasonal. I believe in seasonal. I believe in fresh. So yeah, just like Pooja said, you know, people are going to be wanting to binge eat and wanting to please the tongue and please the palate. But this is really the time to focus on clean eating, fresh and seasonal. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that I have here for you. Hopefully you can see these in the camera. We've got oranges in season right now, great source of vitamin C. So use these as a snack, stay away from all the packaged food. We have cinnamon, so I'm going to go over a couple of spices as well. Cinnamon, dalchini is great as well, so anti-inflammatory in here, and add this to your milk in the evening, add it to as a flavoring agent, so this works really well. The age-old haldi, turmeric. So really need to get back to good old Indian cooking. I'm a true believer in eating things that are indigenous, eating what our grandparents ate, and haldi was always something that got added. So bringing that back in. We have nuts as well, fabulous snack. So don't reach for the chips, don't reach for the biscuits, reach for nuts as a part of your snack. We have seeds as well. And then one of my favorites is dahi. So I'm an ardent believer on putting in probiotics into your system.
That's the confusion here. A lot of those experts also suggest at a time like this, because it is something to do with the respiratory system, coronavirus, curd is possibly not the best at this time. What's your take on that?
So there's a simple technique that I learned many years ago at the Yogendra Institute. You can put something into your body that is what we term cold. You just need to follow it up with something that is warm. So even the doctors are going around now and telling everyone, if you have even the slightest bit of an itchy throat or a sore throat, it's not that you need to knock these things out. You just need to follow it up with warm water. Everyone is advising to do warm water, gargle with salt water as well. So that should take care of this.
Excellent. Do we have anything more in store up your sleeve, Radhika?
Yeah, so we've got some good moves as well. 5 of my favorite moves. I'm going to see if I can do a little demonstration here. I think it might be a little
You know
tough.
what? Hold on to that. We're going to come back to you right after we take Amaira Dastoor as well joining us. She's quite a fit celebrity, a star who's acted with Jackie Chan as well. Amaira, thank you for joining us. What's your routine on a day like this, especially when we're on a lockdown, you're not able to step out, go to the gym? We hear that you've managed all of it indoors itself. How have you done it?
Yes, I really have. Well, I've always been somebody who's into fitness. So for me right now, the biggest challenge is actually staying fit without a gym, without a cardio machine, without a treadmill. The best exercise I would recommend for anybody who likes cardio is skipping. It's a boxer's workout. So at the end of the day, you burn a lot of calories. Just 10 minutes of skipping a day and you'll see the results yourself. Otherwise, I just try to stay as healthy and as relaxed as possible, because at the end of the day, I mean, I live alone. So my mom and dad live in Cuff Parade and I'm sitting here in Breach Candy. So it's very different, but I'm somebody who's very in tune with my solitude, and I think this is the time where people need to start understanding what it's like to actually live alone and be at peace with yourself. Because I mean, you can go crazy. You actually can if you're not
you
reading
look like
or watching
you're doing
a
it
few
like
movies.
a pro. We got some exclusive videos of you and you're nailing it.
I'm just trying to use what I have around, and you've got a lot around. You can just use a chair, you can use a pillow, you can use anything in the house at this point, anything with weight. For a lot of people who like weight training, find something that's easy to hold and easy to lift, and you're good to go. I mean, people used to work out at home so often when there weren't gyms around and when this whole fitness craze wasn't happening. So, I mean, we're just gonna go back to the old ways in a bit.
Right, Amaira. How do you really tell yourself, ask yourself, push yourself to wake up What's your routine like from start to end? It's easy to stay at home and get lazy on your couch watching Netflix or whatever series that you like.
It is.
Quite difficult
But
to
how
motivate
long
yourself
can you sit
without
on
people
that
around.
couch for? Like,
Yeah.
how long can you actually sit on that couch for and feel like, okay, chalo, aaj to kuch kar, like, kar sakte hai. I mean, get up, do something, be active. Because I feel like just sitting and becoming a couch potato and eating all those chips and junk food and everything is not going to cut it. And here, like, we were just listening to a nutritionist saying that you have to boost your immunity, you have to boost everything, and exercise is a very good way of keeping the body fit and healthy.
Excellent.
So that's something very important.
We see you doing it quite well. We're going to come back to you on the diet that you follow as well. People are keen on
Lord.
listening to what is it that you do to keep fit. Let's go over to Chetan joining us as well. Chetan is a very popular actor down south from Bengaluru. Chetan, thank you for speaking to us. You're a fit person, Chetan, and we do know that this is a struggle to stay indoors. 21 days is a long time, and let me remind you that this could be longer than just 21 days, or not. Let's hope that we beat this virus sooner. What's your routine like, Chetan, start to end?
One important thing that I always like to do, whether on a lockdown or on a normal day, is actually go to the sun. I mean, vitamin D is essential. I know people talk about immunity, but that is something that's very important. And for us down south, when it comes to diet, I know a lot of India is like rice-based and various kind of wheat-based, but we have these millets called ragi. It's an essential kind of millet, which is low in sugar, glycemic index. So we incorporate a lot of ragi into our diet. And that is what the farmers eat, and that is what one of your person here on the panel had said. Go back to the basics. So that is important. Of course, hydration is important, and mixing up different types of lentils, different type of fruits. I know fruits is difficult now. Vitamin C we're trying to get access to, but that is something that's important. And we know that there's a lot of anxiety today. So people, because of boredom, because of binge eating, they start eating a lot of food. I think ideally we shouldn't be like filling our stomach. We should keep a little bit less than what we can and make sure that is important. And
Exercise,
we can do household work. Household work is a good thing. I mean, I know burning calories, you're talking about yoga. I know we talk about like basic other, I know somebody mentioned skipping, but also like working out and going to the sun, stretching, but also doing household work is something that burns calories. So sweep the floor, mop the floor, and like clean the dishes, and just basically keep calories burning. And this is what we like to do. And also, I like to read. And at this particular time, I know it's like we're all distant from each other, but it's very important to find ways to come together. So we're actually, to kill the boredom and actually do social work, a lot of us in the film industry are helping out the workers in the film industry. We're getting fundraising donations, and from our own homes, sending it to GPay accounts, sending it to bank accounts. So that's something
great.
that's keeping us
That's nice of you.
And also people at the
But
same
we
time.
did hear it loud and clear. Do your household chores. That could be a possible exercise at a time like this when you don't have your maids at home. It's difficult to do it by yourself, but maybe this is a time for a shift. Chetan is doing it. He's a star. Maybe we could all emulate. Let's quickly go over to Dr. Jha, Ashish Jha, who has spoken to us a little earlier about what you can do to keep fit. He's an expert. He's a director of Harvard's Global Medical Institute. Here's what he said. Mr. Jha, we'd like to hear a little about how we might have to change our lifestyle at this moment. This is a crisis. We've got to build our immunity to fight this battle. Is there a word of suggestion from you on what can we do to really ensure good health to fight this overwhelming crisis currently?
Yeah, no, so we know that the primary source of suffering from this virus is the pneumonia and the respiratory problems that it causes. So if you have viewers who are still smoking, they need to stop smoking immediately because smoking is a very big risk factor for lung damage. And any chance you can give your lungs to recover before let's say you are unfortunate to get infected, will help those lungs get through the infection easier. So number one recommendation, stop smoking. Number two, of course, is nutritional status. Making sure that you're eating and of course, for people who are very poor, this is a difficult situation always. But otherwise, making sure that you have a balanced diet, lots of fruits and vegetables. That balanced diet is very important for nutritional status, and nutrition is very, very important for fighting off the infection.
Any superfoods that you would recommend, Mr. Jha?
I don't, I think vegetables and fruits in general are superfoods. I don't know that there is one particular one that is more useful than the other. So eat a balanced meal and balanced diet and you will do well.
Stick to your routine. That's what we've got to do at this time. Mr. Jha, thank you very much. We're really praying for all of you to overcome this crisis. India has also been fighting this battle, but we're glad that we've gotten into a lockdown mode much earlier. Let's hope we contain the spread right at this moment. Thank you, Mr. Jha, for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. That was an important input there from Dr. Ashish Jha. Let me quickly go over back to Pooja. Pooja, we do hear loud and clear that you've got to eat nutritious meals. But could you tell us if your meal would give you all the required nutrition in one go? What's your take on supplements?
Oh, very, very important when it comes to a time like this, where we are using nutrition as prophylaxis, because we are trying to strengthen our immune system to be able to ward off the illness by itself. So when we are using food as nutrition, sometimes it might just be a wise idea to use a little bit of supplementation right now, so that we can make sure that whatever we are missing from the plate is being taken care of by the vitamins that we are taking. Vitamin B12 is one very, very important, crucial vitamin that is important for your immunity, predominantly found in non-vegetarian foods. So all vegetarians and vegans do lack vitamin B12. Taking oral supplementation anywhere between 1,000 to 1,500 micrograms for adults is a good dose to take. Vitamin B12 is water soluble, so there cannot be toxicity. So that it's a very safe vitamin to take for the next couple of months. Take one every day to rev up your immune system. The second one on the count is vitamin D. Vitamin D was initially only thought to be important for our bone health, but more and more studies are now showing a direct influence of vitamin D to common cold and flu and other viruses. So we are hoping it will have a similar effect on the COVID-19 as well. Low dose vitamin D is what I would recommend without doing blood investigations, because vitamin D is fat soluble. So you can go toxic. So if you have not done a blood test, which is difficult to do at the moment, I would suggest you take a lower dose of about 2,000 IU of an oral supplement every day to boost up your immunity. And that's a safe dose to take. Zinc is another very important vitamin that goes hand in hand with vitamin C to improve your T cells and B cells, which are your innate immune system cells. And to do that, about 20 to 30 milligrams of zinc taken orally in combination with about maybe 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C can make sure that in case I'm not getting access to the fresh fruits and vegetables, just like Radhika mentioned, the oranges, the amla, they are excellent sources of vitamin C. But maybe if I cannot get my hands on it at the moment, maybe the oral supplementation will do the trick of revving up the immunity. So those are vitamins that I would focus on. Two more important things I would love to insist over here. One being proteins. Proteins are your soldiers, or they are the substrate from which our white blood cells, WBCs, leukocytes, and all body cells are formed. Sometimes in a vegetarian diet, we tend to neglect the protein. Very, very important at the moment for us to pay great heed to the amount of protein you're taking in your three main meals. That's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So sprouts, legumes, pulses, chana, rajma, soya bean, milk and milk products, a little bit of tofu if you need to. And of course, if you do eat egg whites and chicken and fish, cooking all your vegetables is rendering them safe. So please do not worry about that. But do make sure that the quality and quantity of protein in your three main meals is well watched. If nothing else, just a bowl of dal or sprouts will do the trick as well. But do focus on your proteins. And lastly, just like Radhika mentioned, turmeric is antiseptic, antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, antimicrobial. The curcumin extract, the curcumin, which is the active ingredient in the haldi, can really help us. Gargling with it, eating it, getting oral capsules which are readily available in the market could also help you strengthen your immunity using natural tools from our kitchen. So that being the composite.
Great. Quickly, let me go over to Amira. Amira, anything that you do as an extra to boost that immune system there? And what's your diet quickly?
So like our nutritionist just said, I actually am a vitamin junkie as well. I have chewable vitamin C tablets. I have the B12 tablet as well. I actually have a calcium tablet called Macalvit that has vitamin D in it. So it helps absorb as well. So she's absolutely right. At this time, we have to build up on our immunity, and we have to have immunity boosting either supplements, or if you're not a meat eater, like I am a meat eater, so I get my good dose of protein because I have my egg whites every day without fail. But if you're not, and if you're a vegetarian, then I do stress that you do manage to find these tablets and start taking them now to sort of build up your immunity, because at the end of the day, this disease does attack your respiratory system and you need a strong immunity to beat it.
We understand.
It doesn't mean just because you're in the older generation, you're
No,
basically more
across
prone.
age groups, we've got to stay fit. A quick word, Radhika, do you believe that there has to be doctor's prescription to these supplements, or you can just go buy off the shelves?
It is going to also help build the immune system, and sticking with the ones that are especially necessary right now, as Pooja mentioned, B12, D3, vitamin C. I think those essentials are very much needed. Yes, fruits and vegetables are really, really required, but right down in this period, this time, if it is a little bit difficult to get, then your supplements should be what you should be having, along with fruits and vegetables.
Radhika, thank you very much. Thank you very much for this excellent update on how we can build our immunity, keep our system fit, and probably stay strong to fight this coronavirus outbreak. This is the time that we've got to make a shift, make the right choices if you really want to wade through this crisis. Thank you for watching.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.